Hello, good morning, children. I hope all of you are fine. So let's see what are we going to read today. So today we are going to read literature, class 4. The chapter is In Conversation with J.K. Rowling. Okay, how many of you know about J.K. Rowling? Those who have read the Harry Potter stories, definitely they would be knowing. If you have seen the films also, maybe then you should know that the author of that book is J.K. Rowling. So when I read In Conversation with J.K. Rowling, conversation like there is some talking thing going on, there is some chit chat going with J.K. Rowling. So in this story, it is like an interview, children. Like we all have seen in our lives, in TV channels, in news channels, and in many other shows, that there is a interview part. It can be a scientist, any famous personality, or a politicians or celebrities. There are many people who come and give their interview. In Conversation with J.K. Rowling, here in this chapter we will be having a talk with J.K. Rowling, and how the students from all over the world are asking her questions online. Okay, so when I talk about interview, what does that means? It is a meeting at which a journalist asks somebody question in order to find out his or her opinion. So here the students are the journalist, and online, in the online way, they are asking questions to J.K. Rowling, and they are finding out new findings, like new ideas regarding J.K. Rowling, her opinion, basically we can say. So let's begin with the chapter. J.K. Rowling is the creator of very popular fictional wizard Harry Potter. The books she has written have become one of the best-selling book series in history, and millions of children in the world overread them. On 3rd February 2000, at an event organized by an educational publisher, students from across America went online to ask J.K. Rowling questions. So let us read a part of this unique interview. So here, basically, when we read when I hear the word J.K. Rowling, you need to remember she's a creator of fictional, like imaginary wizard jadugar, we can say, of Harry Potter. I think you all may be knowing regarding Harry Potter. He's a famous character, isn't it? So on 3rd February there was an event, and in that event, students from all across America, they just uh, posted their questions, and the questions were answered by J.K. Rowling. So let's have a look at those interview. The first question was, how did you come up with Harry Potter? Harry just sort of strolled into my head on a train journey. He arrived very fully formed. It was as though I was meeting him for the first time. So here we get to know that J.K. Rowling also thought regarding Harry, how the character will be developed, how he'll be looking alike, everything. The characteristics were all personality and all was thought by J.K. Rowling in the train. Can you think? Yes, whenever we go on a train, there is so much time with us. Definitely we get that much time to think more about, if we are writing something, we get time there. So there also she thought so many things, and she was like, she got the character just wandered into her head. Did you ever meet a boy like Harry? I probably met a boy like Harry since I have been meeting readers of the Harry books, but he wasn't based on anyone real. So here the confirmation was done by J.K. Rowling that she never met someone like that. After the book was published, definitely people just take up the characters and they try to look like film characters, but she never met someone like that. And it the character was not based on anyone real. It was just fictional, it was all imaginary. Okay, imaginary was, it was in the mind of J.K. Rowling. Let's see what was the next question. Are any of your female characters like Hermione modeled after your own daughter? So here the kid is asking regarding the female characters like Hermione. I find if you have seen the films, or if you have read the book, definitely you will find this character. She was also a wizard. She has come to Hogwarts to read wizard basically. So the student is asking that is she modeled on your daughter, like is your daughter is the same way and you have taken the character from there. So let's see what was her reply. No, if Hermione was based on anyone, she was based on me when I was younger. But my daughter is turning out to be a bit like me, so she is a bit like Hermione. So this was a very good way of answering. You can see, as she said that. See, whenever we write any fictional stories, we just think in our mind what the character will be, what will be the personality, what will be the attitude. It's all inside our head. We don't imagine it from the living person, and since this was a fictional story, all was based from her imaginary mind. Okay. And so she believes that if Hermione was based on someone, it was her, and since her daughter is growing up to become like her, so definitely she's a bit like Hermione. Let's see what's the next question. Were you ever involved in a school like Harry Potter school? Harry Potter school was, children, it was a wizard school, okay? Everywhere it was all magical, okay? Things were all floating in the air, nothing was in the down part. If you have seen the film, definitely the parts, even the pictures are also coming. I'll definitely show you so that the things become more clear to you. So, no, I wish I had been. Definitely, every kid, every Harry Potter lover would definitely wish to go to the school in which Harry Potter was reading. It was too grand. How long have you been writing? So, as far back as I can remember, the first story I finished was when I was 6 years old. Think, children, 6 years old, and she started writing the story. Just think, as you are in fifth grade now, you can also write, children. So, here, basically, children, when we start reading anything, no, one thing you should remember, you should know how to express your feelings in word, and if you get it, definitely your writings will become more prominent. When you were my age, did you ever write a book? I'm in the fifth grade. Yes, like you all, children, isn't it? Are you not in 5th class? You all are in right now, you are in basically fourth, but still, like your age, similar to your age, the student is asking the question that whether she wrote any kind of book. Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. I wrote a story about 7 cursed diamonds. I thought it was a novel. I think now it was really a very long short story. So here you have to underline 7 cursed diamonds. Please underline 7 cursed diamonds in your book, so that if you should know that at this age what she wrote, what was her book, and basically what kind of book it was. It was a very long short story. This also you underline it. Okay, let's see what's the next question. Do you write every day, and for how long do you write? I write nearly every day. Some days I write for 10 or 11 hours. Other days I might only write for 3 hours. It really depends on how fast the ideas are coming. Yes, so here she is even inspiring us that we should, if we are writing something or if we are maintaining a journal or our personal diaries, then we should have a habit of writing. Okay, and she was very much addicted to writing, as we can see here. 10 or 11 hours every day she used to write. And writing doesn't mean that every day you just sit and start writing unnecessary things. That doesn't matter, children. What matters is regarding the ideas, what ideas are coming in your head and what you are writing. Is it really suitable for, if anyone is reading it in future, will it be any useful? So that's what was done by J.K. Rowling. She used to write, and every writing, every novel, every book, it all depends upon the ideas. The faster the idea comes, the writing will be fast, the content will be completed within time. How long does it take to write one Harry Potter book? Okay, one edition, one book. How much time would it take? Let's see how much time it was taking. It depends. The quickest so far was a year. Year, children. Just think, 1 year for one book. That too, it was very fast, which means that other books were taking even much more long time. So when you think that yes, I'll write a book, that doesn't mean that it will be completed in a day. Definitely it is going to take a lot of time. That you should remember. The content should be good. That's all you can say. Do you still write in cafes, or do you have to stay out of public places while you write so people won't bother you? I still write in cafes, but I go to different ones now. See, since earlier she was not famous, so nobody knew about her, so nobody used to bother her. But then, after becoming her books were sold at all the places, and she is becoming a famous personality. Everyone is loving her book, so definitely she becomes a famous personality. As a result, people will definitely, if they find her in any of the normal cafes, they are definitely going to ask for the autograph, or ma'am, the photos with her. So it will be bothering her future writing. So that's what the kid was trying to ask. So she agrees that yes, she is writing in the cafes, but she goes to different ones now. Next question, what it is? Do you have any help writing any of the books? No, I did it all by myself. So definitely she didn't take anyone's help. It was all her creativity. Does your daughter help you with the ideas for book? No, the ideas are all mine, my own, but my daughter does love the books. So all the creativity, all the ideas, it all came from her only. She never dependent on someone else. Was there a particular teacher who encouraged you to write when you were a child? If there was, how did he or she encourage or help you? I had some wonderful teachers, but I never confided that I wanted to be a writer. So, no, writing for me is a kind of compulsion. So, I don't think anyone could ever made me do it or prevented me from doing it. So, yes, she says that definitely there were wonderful teachers, but she was never sure about her life, that uh, she never shared regarding writing, that she was a little secretive person, so she never shared the fact that she wanted to become the writer. So nobody, unless and until you ask for help, nobody will help you, no. the they didn't know about it, so nobody helped her. But it was like writing for her was like a compulsion means like every day it's like forcing, something is forced inside herself. Like it is every day she has to write. She has made up her time that I have to write this thing. If any ideas come, definitely she'll be noting it down. So I don't think anyone could ever made me do it or prevented me from doing it. Yes, she was like, nobody was there to prevent me, or just it's her own perspective, like she liked it, so definitely she wrote it. Do you make up the plot in every aspect by charting the characters and knowing exactly what you would do with them? Or did you just piece a lot of it together as you wrote? I always have a basic plot lines, but I like to leave some things to be decided while I write. It's more fun. Plot means, children, like the story, in what manner it goes. Okay, there is the first introduction part, the second is the climax, the third is the ending part of the story. So she the question asked by the kid was like, if she is writing it all the thing that yes, with Harry in the end of the story this will be happening, with Hermione what all things will be going on in the with the character in the story, or like she's just piecing a lot of things all together, like writing time you just do it. So J.K. Rowling says that she always have a basic plot outline, that whatever main events will be happening, everything, the brief sketch is made in her mind, that yes, in the story this thing will be happening. but still some of the things like minute details are left, so that when she is writing, it will be making her work even more interesting. Yes, everything, if we write it down earlier, the writing part will be like copying and writing, it won't make it fun. So she leaves those things for the afterwards. How do you visualize Hogwarts in its entirety? Hogwarts was the school where they were reading. Okay, and how she imagined that, how it would look like. So, according to her imagination, the Hogwarts school basically looked like a huge, rambling, quite scary looking castle with a jumble of towers and battlements. Like the Weasley's house, it isn't a building that muggles could build, because it is supported by magic. Here, when I see so many words, I find you may not know it. So, let me tell you each and every meaning. Okay, rambling means irregular and no manner, like unplanned manner way the castle was built, and it was very scary. When you look at it, you feel very much scary. And the towers were even jumbled, like everywhere towers. And battlement is a area, children, where soldiers and all, they hide themselves so that they can attack the people who are attacking them, who is attacking to their kingdom. They can hide there and do the attack part. Like the Weasley's house. Okay, now Weasley, who is Weasley? Ron Weasley. Okay, he is one of the friend of Harry in the story. He is one of the friend of Harry Potter in the story, Ron Weasley. And his house, when you see in the film, you can find that it was not like a planned one. It was standing on a stick, or it was just unimaginable. Like any normal person couldn't build it. Only the fellows who have magic can build it. So here muggles basically means people who don't have any kind of magic. So if you are not a magician, you cannot build a building like that, because the whole house was supported by magic. As you can see, this is how the Hogwarts school looked like. Yeah, can you see the manner? Everywhere towers and all, each and every, just an unplanned manner. Yes, floating candles, floating light, you can see. One is the staircases were moving. Yes, in the next, I think I'll teach you in her interview. Yes, the staircases were also moving. Just think, children, so much of imagination she has got. Do you have an actual floor plan for Hogwarts? Do you use it when writing the books? Actual floor plan means like the architecture or any drawing, so that if you see from the above, you can know how the building looked like, or what was the whole environment or the surrounding. Okay, or the building was how it was looking like. So, what was her reply? I haven't drawn it because it would be difficult for the most skilled architect to draw, owing to the fact that the staircases and rooms keep moving. However, I have a very vivid mental image of what it looks like. So, definitely, she never drew something like that. It was just in her mind, everything. What kind of thing, what kind of stairs are there, how the rooms are revolving or rotating or floating in the air, everything was inside her head while writing the story. She never made any kind of drawing regarding those things. And even those who are very skilled architect, they will also find it very difficult to make it, because the thing is not stable. If the thing is not stable, how can you draw it? Was it hard to think of the monster's name? So there were many monsters in the story, and the names were even more creative. Like the names were not matching to the reality ones. It were very different. So what was the reply? Some of the monsters are from the folklore, so I didn't invent them. In book 4, you will see some creatures I did invent, and I had fun making up their names. So here, folklore, when I read children, it means it is a list of legendary creature. Okay, legendary creature beings. So here in that, all the imaginary creature, like some like ancestors were drawing it like that. That's what folklore means. From there only she took the names of the monster. And even in some of the books, like book number 4, you can underline book 4. So there she created, she invented, and she had very much fun when she was making up. What made you think of people's name and dormitories at Hogwarts? I invented the names of the houses on the back of the airplane sick bag. This is true. I love inventing names. But I also collect unusual names so that I can look through my notebook and choose one that suits a new character. So she loved making or inventing new names, and even in the airplane sick bag, those who have traveled in the airplane, they would have seen the sick bag. It is basically a paper bag, you can say. Okay, and I will show you the picture as well, so that and those who haven't traveled, see the picture, no problem. It is a very big life. Definitely you will one or the other day going to travel through airplane. I wish it comes true fast. And she definitely loved inventing names, and she used to collect unusual names and used to write it down in the notebook, so that when she is inventing a character, so if it is matching the personality of that character, then definitely she'll be using those names. Yes, these are mystical creatures from the folklore. Dobby was also there in one of the part. One not. Dobby also came. This is airplane sick bag. Okay, let's see what's the next question. Do you now or have you in the past kept a journal? If so, do you believe that it helps in your writing? um, Journal means a personal life story. Every day what you're doing, all the important stuff, you write it in your diary. That's what journal means. And the question asked is whether she believed in writing or not, and keeping a journal like thing. So the reply was, I never managed to keep a journal longer than 2 weeks. I get bored with my life. I prefer inventing things. So she never kept journal. She couldn't maintain journal because her main uh, loving thing was to invent new things. Do you take real people you know and put them in your books? The closest I have come to putting a real person in my books is with Gilroy Lockhart, who is an exaggeration of someone I once knew. Ron Weasley is a little bit like my oldest friend, a man I was at school with, whose name was Sean, but neither of them are accurate portraits. So, when the question was asked, like regarding in her book, the characters, where they definitely from the real people, the person whom she knew, so only one person, that was Gilroy Lockhart, this character, and who looked like someone, who was like someone once she knew. And Ron Weasley was also there, like one of her friends Sean, and it was like that. So these are the characters I've taken from the from the movie, children. This is not from the book. These are the characters from the movie. The pictures are from the movie. But still, in order to make you know, when you find time, you can see that film. How does it feel to know that millions of kids are reading your books now? See, earlier she wasn't that successful. Her books were not that like, it was not sold in that quantity. But later on, when people got to read the story more and more, they got to know and they loved the story. As a result, she became famous, and everyone, like millions and of kids, are reading the book. So let's see what was her reaction. Amazing. I don't think I really realized how many there were until I visited the States and met thousands and thousands of people at book signing. So, authors, no children, they go from one place to another, and whatever book they are writing, they are signing it for their fans. So that's what, when she went to States, that area, there she found that it was so many people have come for that book signing part. Okay. Would you ever consider another job if you had the opportunity? Like, if you ever get an opportunity, are you going to do another job? No, I'm doing the thing I love best in the world. Until until um, uh, although I did enjoy being a teacher, that basically her like the passion, no children, everyone has a passion to do something. You also would be liking something to do. That's what was happening with JK Rowling also. She loved to write, and that's what she was doing it, and she was very happy with that job. And even before that, she was a teacher, and she enjoyed doing that job as well. What would be your advice to other young people that would want to write stories? Like, what would be her advice, because she is experienced now, no? So what she's suggesting us, the most important thing is to read as much as you can, like I did. It will give you an understanding of what makes good writing, and it will enlarge your vocabulary, and it's a lot of fun. And also, start by writing about things you know, your own experiences, your own feelings. That's what I do. So here we came to know that J.K. Rowling is she was very keen reader. Always she tried to read as much as she can. What happens to children? We think that if I know the story, just let me write it, and definitely it's a story and I'm loving it. But that's not the thing. You should read. Even readings, what happens, no, when you try to read, you are just finding new words there. You will definitely underline those words. When you underline, you will find the meanings of those words. As a result, you got to know even more and more words in your mind. You got to know more about it. And when you are writing, you can simply add them in your story, and it will make it look even more beautiful. That's what she wants to say. That and even one more thing she wanted to make it clear, that we find it that let's write about someone else's story. That should not be. When you are beginning, like at your age right now, you are in class 4, you are just starting to write, isn't it? So when you are writing things, no, first you try to write about your own feelings, your own experiences. How was your day, what all things went in your life, and how you were feeling. So there you are getting new words. So after that, slowly you can just continue writing, and you can change your like the way of writing, or the topics can be changed, and many other things like that. I hope you get inspired by her and start writing, and I would love to read your stories. So here we have completed with this chapter, and I hope you all have read the Harry Potter book. If you haven't read it, you can read it, or if you have seen the movie, definitely you would have enjoyed it. So here I finished up with this video. I hope you like it. Thank you.